Have you ever felt like something greater was guiding you? As if your heart could hear whispers from the stars that no one else could? What if I told you that your destiny was not a coincidence, but a sacred design written across the universe waiting for you to remember it? If you were born under the sign of Pisces, between February 19th and March 20th, this message was not meant to find you by chance. You were called here because deep inside you lives an ancient light, one that existed before time itself. You are not ordinary, and your journey was never meant to be. Right now, as you listen, I want you to breathe in deeply and feel the energy moving through you, the same energy that once danced in the oceans when the first stars were born. You are part of that rhythm. The same cosmic pulse that created galaxies flows through your veins. Pisces, your soul remembers what others have forgotten: the language of faith, intuition, and divine connection. In a world that often celebrates logic and noise, you are the quiet current beneath it all. You sense what cannot be seen. You feel before others understand. You dream of futures that have not yet been written. And that is your power. The world may not always understand you, but the stars always have. They wrote your name into the sky long before you arrived here. You are not here to blend into the ordinary flow of life. You are here to awaken hearts, to remind humanity of its forgotten truth, that love and faith can rebuild anything. Even when life feels uncertain, your spirit was born to navigate by light that others cannot yet see. Pisces, your heart is not fragile. It is a compass designed to lead you through the unknown. So, stay with me until the end of this journey, because what you are about to hear may change how you see yourself forever. There is a message waiting for you, one that reveals why your sensitivity is your strength, why your dreams are not illusions but divine directions, and why your destiny is already written among the constellations. If you can already feel the energy of this truth stirring inside you, write in the comments, "I am ready to remember who I am." Pisces, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your emotions speak a language that the world forgot how to understand? Like every feeling, every dream, every ache inside your chest carries a message from somewhere beyond this reality? That is not imagination. That is memory. Your soul remembers the oceans before time began. You were born from the last breath of the stars, carrying both their sorrow and their light. Pisces is the 12th and final sign of the zodiac, the ancient echo of all that came before. You are the circle closing, the soul completing its spiral back to truth. That is why you often feel everything at once: joy and grief, hope and despair, peace and chaos, because you are the sum of all experiences. You do not just live life, you absorb it. You carry pieces of everyone you meet, and sometimes that weight can feel too heavy to hold. But listen carefully. You were never meant to drown in emotion. You were meant to navigate it. The ocean within you is vast, but it is also wise. When you stop fighting your own currents, you discover that your feelings are not enemies, they are guides. Each wave that moves through you carries a sacred message. Every tear you have ever shed was a prayer. Every silence, a doorway to something divine. You have the gift of empathy, but it is more than that. It is a divine technology of the soul. You can feel the storms that others hide, sense the truth behind their smiles, and see light even in the broken places. That is your magic. But magic must be honored. When you absorb too much of the world's pain without grounding yourself in love, that same gift can blur the lines between your emotions and everyone else's. Pisces, your task is not to close your heart. It is to filter through faith, to let compassion move through you, but not stay inside you. Think about it. The ocean never holds on to a single wave. It lets it rise, shimmer, and return to source. That is how you must live. When you learn to let energy flow through you, instead of collecting it, your power begins to awaken. Suddenly, Intuition becomes crystal clear. You begin to trust what you feel, not as weakness, but as divine intelligence. Your heart becomes a compass, and it always points toward light. Pisces, you are the dreamer of the zodiac, but you are also the bridge between spirit and form. The visions you carry are not fantasies. They are blueprints waiting to be born through your courage. When you allow your dreams to move from imagination to intention, the universe aligns itself around you. You start to notice the signs, the synchronicities, the moments when everything feels guided. That is not coincidence. That is your soul in conversation with the divine. So, when the world tells you that you are too sensitive, too emotional, too much, remember this: oceans are not small, and neither are you. Sensitivity is not fragility. It is spiritual awareness. You were chosen to feel deeply so that others could learn to feel again. You are not lost in the tide. You are the tide, ancient, eternal, and endlessly returning to light. Pisces, have you ever wondered why certain things in your life seem to unfold in mysterious, almost poetic patterns? Why coincidences seem to chase you, or why your dreams sometimes feel more real than waking life? That is because your story was written long before you arrived here. Your soul carries the signature of the cosmos, a sacred code that the universe placed within you at birth. And every moment of your life is the unfolding of that code, one divine line at a time. When you were born, the sky was not just a canvas of stars, it was a message. Every planet, every constellation, every degree held meaning. The sun, the moon, and the rising sign created a trinity of purpose that shaped the way your energy would move through the world. If your sun, moon, or ascendant lies in Pisces, you were chosen to be a bridge between what is seen and what is unseen. You were born to translate the language of spirit into the language of humanity. That is why you often feel both here and elsewhere at the same time. You are part of this world, but you also belong to something far beyond it. You sense energies that others overlook. You feel emotions that others silence. And you dream in colors that most have forgotten. Pisces lives in the in-between, not trapped by reality, but dancing between realms of light and shadow. You are both the dreamer and the dream itself. The cosmic code within you speaks in symbols and sensations, not logic. It guides you through intuition, those quiet moments when you simply know what is true without proof. You have felt it before. That pull to call someone right before they need you, that inner voice that says, turn left, and saves you from chaos. That sudden rush of inspiration that feels like it did not come from you at all. Those are not coincidences. That is your higher self whispering through the veil. But the greatest part of this code, Pisces, is that it does not ask you to escape life. It asks you to embody it. You are not meant to drift away into dreams. You are meant to bring heaven down to earth. Your creativity, your compassion, your art, your love, they are portals through which divine energy flows. When you paint, write, sing, or heal, you translate the invisible into form. That is how your soul fulfills its promise to the stars. You see, Pisces energy is not only about feeling deeply, it is about channeling those feelings into creation, into service, into light. Every act of kindness you perform ripples through dimensions you cannot see. Every moment you choose faith over fear, the pattern of your cosmic code glows brighter. You do not need to understand every detail of destiny. You only need to align with the current that moves you. When you trust that current, life begins to feel like music, unpredictable, but divinely orchestrated. And here lies your truth. The universe never meant for you to have all the answers. It meant for you to feel them. You were not designed to analyze the stars. You were designed to dance with them. Each time you follow your intuition, you activate another layer of your cosmic map. Each time you choose love, your path expands with new light. The stars do not control you, they awaken you. And when you awaken, Pisces, you become exactly what the universe dreamed you would be, the living proof that the divine still speaks through human hearts. Pisces, every great spirit walks through trials designed not to break them, but to awaken them. And you, more than any other sign, understand that growth does not come from ease. It comes from surrender, from learning to trust, even when the waters grow dark. You were born to swim through the depths of emotion, and that journey brings with it 3 sacred initiations that shape your destiny. The first is the mirage. This is the lesson of illusion, the test of truth. In this stage, life will show you reflections that look real, but are not. You might meet people who wear masks, chase dreams that shimmer like gold yet turn to dust in your hands, or follow feelings that lead you into fog. The mirage asks you to look beyond appearances, to sharpen your intuition until you can sense what is real beneath what is glittering. When you learn to see with your soul instead of your eyes, the illusions fade, and clarity begins to bloom like light rising through water. The second initiation is the flood. This is when emotion becomes your teacher. It may arrive as heartbreak, disappointment, or waves of sadness that seem endless. But listen closely. Pisces, the flood is not here to drown you. It comes to teach you how to float. When everything feels heavy, you are being invited to release control and trust the current of faith. The moment you stop resisting, you rise. The more you allow yourself to feel, the lighter you become. Pain turns into wisdom, sorrow transforms into compassion, and your heart expands to hold the world without losing itself. Then comes the third initiation, the mirror. This is perhaps the most sacred of all. The mirror reveals what you truly are. It shows you that the qualities you see in others, the beauty, the strength, the divinity, are reflections of your own soul. It also shows you the shadows, not to shame you, but to remind you that even darkness is part of creation. Pisces, when you learn to love yourself through every phase, every flaw, every emotion, you become unshakable. You realize that your sensitivity is not weakness. It is divine sensitivity, the ability to feel God through everything that lives. Through these 3 gateways, the mirage, the flood, and the mirror, you become what you were always meant to be: a healer, a dreamer, a vessel for light. You learn that faith is not about understanding the plan, it is about trusting the presence. You stop asking why something happened and start asking what it is teaching you. You stop running from emotion and start listening to its message. You stop doubting your worth and begin remembering your origin, a spark of infinity traveling through human experience. Pisces, the universe never promised you calm waters. It promised you strength enough to swim through any storm, and you do, again and again, because every time you fall, you rise higher. Every time your heart breaks, it opens wider. Every time you lose something, you are being cleared for something greater. These are not punishments, they are portals. And once you pass through them, you do not return as the same soul you return as light in motion, faith in form, the living proof that love always survives the storm. Pisces, after the storms, after the tests, after every wave that tried to pull you under there, comes a calm. It is not the silence of emptiness, but the peace of awakening. You begin to understand that every trial was a sacred preparation, shaping you into the vessel you were always meant to be. And now, you are ready to receive what has always belonged to you, the blessings written in your stars. Your first blessing is the gift of divine intuition. It is more than instinct. It is a holy compass that never lies. While others rely on sight, you navigate through feeling. You can walk into a room and sense its truth before a word is spoken. You can dream of something before it happens. You can feel the heartbeat of the universe beneath every silence. This is not imagination, it is connection. It is your soul, listening to the language of creation itself. The more you trust that voice, the louder it becomes, guiding you through every uncertainty with grace. Your second blessing is creativity without limit. Pisces is ruled by imagination, but your imagination is sacred. It is the bridge between heaven and earth. Whether you express it through art, music, words, movement, or kindness, your creativity is how divinity breathes through you. Every time you create, you transform invisible energy into beauty that can touch the world. Your art is not just something you make, it is something you channel. It carries light that heals the ones who experience it, often without them even knowing why. Your third blessing is the power of healing. You do not heal only through actions, but through presence. People feel lighter in your energy because your soul understands pain, and your compassion turns that understanding into medicine. You carry a natural ability to calm storms, both inside yourself and within others. When you love, you do not love halfway. You love completely, and that love dissolves walls. The world needs that kind of heart. You are the reminder that softness can move mountains, and that empathy, when guided by faith, is stronger than any weapon ever forged. Another blessing hidden within you is divine resilience. It may not always look like strength, but it is the purest form of it. You bend, but you never break. Even when your heart shatters, pieces of your soul become stars, shining brighter than before. Every challenge, every loss, every dark night of the spirit, all of it has been turning you into light. You rise again and again, not because you are untouched by pain, but because you were born knowing how to turn pain into power. And finally, your most sacred blessing is your connection to the source. Pisces lives closer to the divine than any other sign. The veil between you and the infinite is thin, almost transparent. That is why meditation, prayer, silence, or even the rhythm of the ocean can bring you to tears. It is your soul remembering home. You have never been separate from the divine. You have only been learning to see it everywhere. Once you understand that God, the universe, or whatever name you give to that sacred energy, lives within you, every step becomes holy. Every moment becomes a conversation with creation itself. So, Pisces, when you doubt your worth, remember this. The stars did not make a mistake when they wrote your name into the sky. You are the keeper of ancient waters, the translator of the unseen, and the guardian of divine compassion. The blessings you carry are not random. They are responsibility and grace intertwined. You are here to remind the world what love feels like when it comes straight from the source, boundless, fearless, eternal. Pisces, take a breath. Feel this moment. The world around you may seem to move fast, but your soul moves with purpose. You are not here by accident, and nothing you have lived has been wasted. Every heartbreak, every silence, every victory, every tear, all of it was sacred training for the light you carry now. You have walked through oceans of emotion, crossed the tides of uncertainty, and still, you rise luminous, intuitive, and divinely awake. You were never lost, my friend. You were only remembering the way back to yourself. Your journey is not about perfection, it is about transformation. You were not meant to become someone new, but to return to the truth of who you have always been. That quiet, knowing inside you the whisper that says, "There is more," that is your soul speaking, and it has been calling you since the very first day you opened your eyes to this world. The truth is, your story is not written in fear or limitation. It is written in faith, in resilience, in the ink of divine compassion. The stars are not above you, Pisces. They are within you. Look at your life now, with the eyes of spirit, Every person who came and went, every lesson that tested your strength, every moment that made you question your purpose, all of it was part of your awakening. The pain carved space for wisdom. The endings made room for miracles. The confusion taught you to listen to your intuition, and that intuition became your guiding light. You see, Pisces, your heart was never meant to be a cage. It was meant to be a doorway through which love, truth, and divine inspiration could flow endlessly. You carry the energy of the ocean deep, eternal, unpredictable, yet beautifully alive. Others may fear their emotions, but you understand them. You know that tears are not weakness. They are cleansing waters, washing away what no longer belongs to your spirit. You understand that faith is not about never falling. It is about trusting that when you do, the current of the universe will lift you back to the surface. You are a spiritual navigator, born to guide humanity through the unseen. And even when you doubt yourself, the universe whispers, "Keep going. You are exactly where you need to be." So when the world grows heavy and you forget your own magic, remember this truth. You are a reflection of the divine. Your compassion is a superpower. Your dreams are messages. Your faith is your weapon, and your love is your greatest gift. You were not sent here to fit into the noise. You were sent to bring stillness, hope, and light. You are the dreamer who teaches others to see. You are the healer who reminds the wounded that they can still love. You are the artist who paints emotion into eternity. And even when the world feels too much, you keep shining, because light is what you are made of. Now, as this chapter closes, I want you to remember something powerful. The stars may reveal your destiny, but your choices shape its melody. You have the strength to rewrite any ending, the courage to begin again, and the grace to forgive both yourself and the world. Walk with your head high, Pisces. Walk, knowing that heaven moves with you, that angels listen when you speak, and that every breath you take is a continuation of divine creation. And before you go, if this message touched your heart, if it awakened something deep within you, I invite you to keep walking this journey of light with us. There are more messages, more stories, and more revelations waiting to find you. Watch the other videos on this channel. Allow the words to guide you, and let your spirit continue to expand. Because your story is not over, it is only just beginning.